All right, let's do this thing. We got White Tiger in hand immediately. Kind of love that. Didn't realize how much of this deck is Alex Horley art, but I'm not complaining. Let's throw Fire Hair down. Might be even just throw it down right here. Let's see. Merlin's fine. Olympia. I definitely don't think I mind. Actually, I'm going to go Cassandra Nova now. Should have everything get triggered twice. Just get to steal 5, 10 power from them. Let's see this. Then we go... Next card is just Sage. Should I go actually Kid Omega Surge? Why do I kind of want to do that instead? I feel like I want to go Kid Omega into Surge right now. This is already going to get destroyed for them, so it doesn't matter much. I just want to put cards on the board. Sentry in this lane. Well, that's actually... So the Stardust is a little bit annoying. Now we can't add additional cards onto the board. Also with the White Tiger. It's actually really rough for us here. Let's go... Let's go Juggernaut into... I'm going to activate and then play Sage. What are they doing here? Once in Future into what? Oh, Once in Future was actually a Hood? Okay. Enchantress does nothing. Actually does something, never mind. Can I go Misery Ravona? I feel like I can. Get rid of any cards they're trying to play in this middle lane, get rid of any cards they're going to play in the right lane as well. That feels correct. So they're doing basically a Nightmare. I guess maybe they aren't actually running. They're probably not actually running Stardust. I don't know. The Sentry is a weird call specifically with Nightmare. Maybe, again, it does have Stardust in it. Maybe it's just lucky changes. I don't know. We'll see. I definitely think it's an interesting pile. I also think we might be able to win here still. They don't have a good sense for where we're going to play our cards right now. And this... Let's see. Polymorph. Could mean that this lane gets changed. Yeah, so we should hopefully be able to knock their cards over to the left is what would be best case scenario for us here. Wait, they played another Once in Future? Why? Wait, that's just fine, right? We win? Technically, our Elixir is currently free on top of our deck, even though it doesn't do anything for us here. Juggernaut also technically, again, doing nothing. Unless they have something weird that gets on the board for them, which they don't. That's pretty good. We technically didn't use White Tiger there, but in general, we also had a pretty good setup for what we were going to do. We were going to Juggernaut them out of 2 of the 3 lanes right now, trying to force them into 1, which 9 times out of 10 probably would have won. Actually, it did, so who cares? Sometimes feels like I'm playing against a brick wall. I don't know. Probably end of turn deck with the Red Hulk is what I'm going to guess here. Kid Omega we can play in the mid. Probably not going to get an immediate trigger. Actually, we're going to play Ravona instead because Ravona has additional power, and I can play Cassandra Nova and Kid Omega in that lane next turn. Or just White Tiger. No, I can play 3 cards, which is pretty dang incredible. Surge, Kid Omega, Cassandra Nova. 6 points on Cassandra Nova. Then I play Surge and Kid Omega as well. Even if this location gets like ruined or whatever, like I don't think I'm caring. We're just putting a lot of points down. The newly nerfed Mr. Fantastic First Steps should be fine, honestly. Let's go Fire Hair here into Juggernaut. I don't know if I really wanted Juggernaut to mid, but I think I did want to play my cards. They're just playing Doom. So just a general Doom deck. I don't love it, but I also don't think it's the worst for us right now. Let's activate White Tiger here. And then we wait. We have to play Elixir next turn is my big thing. Even though it's only going to give us a singular point for Kid Omega, it's still going to be worthwhile because it does second Tiger Spirit as well. Double triggering on Doom. Sure. Even just throwing a Red Hulk down, I guess, is fine. So we go... I can basically fill up the board here. Where do I want to put my points? I think... Is this the lane I want least points in? I think the lane I want least points in, technically... Elixir there, who can't actually revive anything because the location is full, and then we go Phoenix Force. Let's do Phoenix Force first, just to be safe. And we do this way. I think this should be correct for us. I think we want the least points in the right lane. $17 points there is good, and then hopefully it's Doom and not Red Hulk. Yeah, with the Doom, when they activate Invisible Woman first steps, we have to be unlucky for the Doom bots to go mid, right? I think that's the way we lose. I don't think we lose with this play, with that happening. Think we're fine? Let's go. Yeah, I don't think we... I think if the RNG worked out differently, if the Doom 2099 bot went to this lane, we lost. But the fact that both of them didn't go middle is the only thing we needed to win. Pretty good stuff. All right, Scurvy. Surge on turn 2 is going to be a pretty good start here. Ebony Maw early is weird. I'm going to play Surge over here because it does mean they can't really stop me there. Oh, this is going to be... They're playing a... What's the deck I'm thinking of? Storm Legion combo, I bet? Yeah, I bet Storm Legion plus Mobius stuff. I bet that's it. Black Cat's weirder. Maybe it's Nightmare stuff? I don't know what they're doing. I'm gonna throw that down. I just want to put points on the board, and this is at least the easiest way I know I can do it quickly. Let's go Ravona here into Juggernaut here. Oh, they didn't play any cards in that lane? Why not? Do they have a, I wonder if they have a way to get the Infinite down on the next turn. What am I doing on this turn? Let's go Elixir White Tiger. Let's go Elixir White Tiger. Like I said. It's Nightmare now? Sage in the left lane can win there. Sage left, Phoenix Force mid, and then the Tiger goes mid as well. My only chance here. Let's see. Depending on what they have, of course. They could have just something busted, and I'm just going to have no chance here. Red Skull into Infinite. What did Infinite do? Wait, what did Infinite do? Was he... That was it? Why'd you put both in that lane? Oh my gosh. They were controlled by an Agatha, and Agatha controlled that. Oh. That's not what I expected. All right, playing against a yacht. A rocking yacht, that is. Ravona next turn's gonna be fine. We can probably go then Firehair into Kid Omega is gonna be good there. Ravona, solid. We'll play Ravona, I think, in the middle. Not the middle, the right lane, like I said. We then go Firehair, Kid Omega, which should be good. That's interesting. So we're just playing against a Cerebro 4 deck is what I'd have to guess. I'm going to wait on the Juggernaut. I might even do it on the final turn. We'll see. Let's see. This is very interesting with the Nocturne as well. Let's go White Tiger here. Sure. So if I actually just Misery over here. I can actually win this because if I Misery right now, get rid of the White Tiger, and then what I can do is I can Phoenix Force, Kid Omega, then play Elixir, because technically I'm reviving White Tiger, the same White Tiger that was destroyed last turn. But it's also a White Tiger that gives me a lot of points. Now that might be the play, but I am also forgetting that I can Juggernaut the right lane just to try to mess with them and potentially knock a Cerebro, and that might be a cleaner play here. Actually, it might be the right play just try to knock a Cerebro into this, into the middle lane here. Juggernaut. I'm going to activate Juggernaut. No cards are going to be in this lane. It's also going to knock cards potentially out of this lane here. Then I do this into this. This should be good here. They did play 2 cards in that right lane, which I'm going to guess is like a Prodigy Cerebro thing, which hopefully knocks them mid. Knocks one of them mid. Is that going to knock it again? No, because none of them were technically played to that lane. Then it should give me a Elixir, which gives me another White Tiger going to the right lane. And a Surge. Cerebro doesn't even work, and Prodigy has nothing to copy. Well, we did destroy a lot, but that's a big win with White Tiger. Let's pretend like, you know, Juggernaut didn't do all the heavy lifting there. White Tiger got a lot of points. All right, we got the Sakar Grand Prix. We're gonna throw Fire here in the left lane just because I think that's the lane I'm gonna be most concerned about. Cassandra Nova at the mid. Definitely. Is it Juggernaut? It's Juggernaut or Misery next. Actually, we're gonna have priority here, aren't we? We'll do Cassandra Nova. We then probably still Juggernaut, and then we go... Yeah, we go Juggernaut here, and then I can go White Tiger shenanigans. They can't win this lane. Maybe they can, right? Maybe they sneak a power into there that I'm not ready for. Fair play to them if they do so. Juggernaut should just knock whatever they're going to try to do in that lane away, though. Got a Werewolf by Night over there into a Gladiator who doesn't really do much. Ravona is... It's annoying, but it's fine. Okay, now it's funny, right? Listen, we've done it once. You know what's better than first breakfast? What about second Juggernaut? What if the werewolf just never leaves the right lane? Oh shoot, it might leave the right lane. Might just barely. Just barely might do it. Hood. Green Goblin. Oh, they've got a Green Gobby. Okay. And then Kate. Hey, they managed to move one thing over. Took like 9 triggers, but they got one. We have a lot of current options right now. Definitely think the best case scenario is going to be going Phoenix Force, I think. Phoenix Force, I think Sage right lane is what the play I want to go for. I think I'm maybe making a mistake putting a lot of points in these side lanes, but I think it's correct. Yep, I figured that might be occurring. But now they can't, but they're putting no points in the mid. They're actually abandoning the mid, and I think this is great for us. Phoenix Force should be great here. Cassandra Nova is when we get back. Oh, that's perfect. And the Sage bonus. Yeah, that was good stuff. We definitely got everything we wanted right there. The fact they just completely left that middle lane was absolutely phenomenal. Didn't really... I was kind of expecting maybe a... what's her face? Negasonic Teenage Warhead. So I was okay with one of the cards potentially getting destroyed via the Fire Hair bonus. But that didn't happen. They kind of just left that lane alone. You're not seeing me complain. Not in the slightest. We're up against an engineer who is adrift, I think? I don't know. A drifting engineer. And we got Murder World. I'm not a big fan of Murder World here, not gonna lie. Engineer's really drifting in space, or I guess just drifting in general. I don't know. I don't think I want anyone to be drifting. Is drifting a good thing? I don't think it's I guess it is in like Tokyo Drift, but that's kind of it, right? That's the only time where you really want to be drifting a lot. I think so. Yeah, Cassandra Nova's gonna be really great here. We just Juggernaut this lane to destroy everything they're going for. God, Juggernaut, listen, I know I'm being fun with having a lot of, like, I'm really stoked for a deck that's using White Tiger. Not gonna lie, definitely one of the weakest cards in this deck. But that's only because Juggernaut's just so dang good. Like, look at that potential right there. That's just absolutely gorgeous. What are we doing on this turn? I think I'm gonna go Surge here into activate, play Sage. And they got a Doom, and that's it, okay? Should destroy it, go over into the Kid Omega bonus. They're only putting points in the right lane right now. We still have more. We have priority. We don't have a Juggernaut. We don't have the Doubler. But I did just destroy Sage, and we got her back. Very good. And it's only a 1-cost card. Nice stuff. Legitimately, is it just Elixir here, Blarvel here? Or maybe do I swap it? Problem is, we just don't know where they're going to play. They most likely have, what's his face? A Doom? They maybe don't even, right? Because they would have had to just top deck it. Maybe they don't. I could just do this for 7 points in this lane. I actually kind of like that. What if we just go Thing and we just add 7 points mid? I think that's my best case. Maybe. Game struggling. Oh, that's my card back. Kind of looks like my thing. Oh, it's a White Tiger. Okay. Not enough to win. Still pretty interesting. That's interesting stuff. Okay, I'll take it. Everyone's been trying, I think I've seen a lot of Nebula inside of these decks, just because you can also use this additional way to pressure your opponents into potentially playing away from your Galactus first steps, wherever his Herald is. You also have Adam Warlock for that same stuff. I do like the whole combination of things. People have said, by the way, they want Nebula, just as an aside, I've heard it said that people want Nebula to be a end of turn ability. Please no. No. We don't need another end of turn. We're good right now. We're good. We're about to get one for the season pass, according to data mines. Next month's season pass card looks to be that. We don't need Nebula, who is balanced right now, to be that. It's fine that she's not insanely great. Please don't buff her. Thank you, Second Dinner. That's all. Playing off against a Mighty. We've got a lot of good 2 costs. There's only one of them we for certain are not playing next turn. I think Surge is still going to be the best option. Even with her taking a point of power, she still is really a good card. It just makes her not the best card in the deck anymore, which is a really good choice. I don't love that we just lost that, though. We are playing also against a High Evolutionary deck, which is something notable. I haven't seen that very often. So losing Firehair here is going to be a little bit difficult. She's definitely one of the key cards of this list. Oh my gosh, our opponent is playing Shocker. Hold the phone. Shocker is actually in the deck. No, this is insane. I wasn't ready for it. Also, if we play Ravonna now, this should mean we get a second trigger on the Surge. Weird. They have priority. Can I just go White Tiger? I will. Oh my gosh, they're playing Agatha? What? Is this, oh, is this like booster farming or something? I'm so confused what they're doing, actually. So what I can do is I can activate and then play Sage. And I don't play either of these two yet. Much as I do want to, not the correct answer. Let's see what they do. 14 points on a Kid Omega, pretty nice. We have Phoenix Force and Elixir to bring it back next turn. Double triggers on Surge are important here. Black Knight stuff. They're really, I don't know if they're even cooking or what they're doing right now, but they're doing something. And I respect them for it, even if I think they're weird. Or their deck is weird. Do I just play for this lane? I kind of want to just play over here. No, I think I should play for this lane. I think I'm doing this. Yeah, I think we were pretty solid. Some pretty good stuff. All right, we're against Azrael. Surge is fine. We can go, we have the Cassandra Nova for the next turn as well. We're going to play it in this lane. Let's see. DC. Kind of good with Cassandra Nova, actually. You know what? Let's do Ravonna, Kid Omega. It's not quite with the same thing, but also now if they Red Guardian, I actually have additional points over here. No. Oh my gosh, we're playing against an Goliath. Oh. Yeah, that should be game. I just realized we're playing against an Arishem deck. Not Goliath. Goliath is this guy up here. Playing against an Arishem deck. Yeah. Should be pretty good, I think. Oh god. It's all of a sudden less good. I mean, I destroyed their Quake at least, which isn't bad. Definitely not as much stuff as I wished I was doing. But we can't just Venom the mid. Or I can Misery. Misery's not bad here. So I definitely think getting rid of Cassandra Nova is going to be a good call for us. Rocket and Group. And then I can play White Tiger in this lane, followed by Elixir. Yeah, that's going to be the right call. Should be pretty good stuff here. I don't think they expect me to put all my points in the right lane. That's one of the nice things a White Tiger can do. We're going to lose the White Tiger, but we actually still get the Cassandra Nova. Pretty big stuff. Quinjet into what? Aranya? That's it? White Tiger should also mean that wherever the Tiger does go, we get a massive amount of points. Then Elixir comes back in, brings us Cassandra Nova, and, you know, just another casual 13 points. I mean, I'm not complaining. Hopefully you're not either. It's a lot of fun. I think this deck is very simple. It's a fun deck that uses a lot more on reveals than I feel like I've been able to in a bit. And I'm glad that White Tiger got the point. Let's talk about the break. Break the deck down. Let's do that. I think this is a really fun pile of cards, a list that I saw posted originally by Jeff Hoagland. The link to the video is going to be in the description down below. But it looked like a lot of fun, something I really wanted to mess with, considering the fact that, for one, it used White Tiger. I tried to do something akin to this using White Tiger when the OTA first dropped. Didn't find any immediate success with it, but the differences between what I had done and what he had done was trying to throw in the Kid Omega Ravonna Elixir combo in there, especially with Cassandra Nova and Sage. Just really felt like it took it to a different place. And maybe it's not even Cassandra Nova and Sage there. I think one of the other bigger things at this deck, obviously you could see through the games that we played today, Juggernaut did legitimately win games on his own at times. And White Tiger was fun to put points on the board and spread out, but definitely Juggernaut felt like one of the key cards, and the ability to just re-trigger him multiple times, and whether or not it was shown within these games, the ability to kind of just say like, hey, I can cut you off out of 2 lanes on the final turn thanks to a Misery Firehair on a Juggernaut, can really matter a lot. And or just putting a bunch of points down with a White Tiger that you can just quickly destroy and then get immediate value with onto the rest of the board. It was a lot of fun, this list. I think it was really enjoyable. Every single card scales really well here and felt like a lot of fun. If you wanted to try it out, by all means, go ahead. As a word of warning, don't play Elixir unless you have something to revive. Maybe if you plan on using him in combination with like a Misery Firehair, potentially a future turn, you can maybe play him early, but typically you're not doing that. You want to set up, and I think I've typically enjoyed playing Surge before Ravonna in case of like, if you're wondering about what the 2-cost order is I'm playing, typically I go Surge, Firehair. Firehair Ravonna is interesting. I don't know. Depends on the game. And then Kid Omega, lastly Elixir, and then you can obviously get gauge and guess each other one from just how useful it is in your current situation. But there are a lot of higher series cards in this deck, even if it does use White Tiger, one of the more base cards in the game. If you don't have Kid Omega, what you want is basically just another replacement for him, just another card that will destroy your stuff. Probably a Deathlock. You could also try to go with a Carnage. Some other way to specifically destroy one card is going to be really great, and it's often even amazing times if you just don't have to even have it in the same lane. Or sometimes you might just want to go with a Hood to also just be able to ramp additional points out. Surge is, again, just another ramper. You have a couple 4-costs here. You can try to potentially go with the Zabu. You can also just do Psylocke instead. Her giving that extra point of power is sometimes beneficial, but oftentimes it doesn't do amazing things. And then Ravonna is just another way that you can get all these cheaper cards out with Cassandra Nova, Sage. The fact that she now does work with both Surge is really sick, as well as White Tiger and Kid Omega can also be used there to put them all out a little bit earlier, so at least one point of the game, in which I was able to use Ravonna's bonus to put down 4 cards on turn 3, I think. You can do a lot of stuff with it, so it's a very good combination piece. And then with Cassandra Nova and Sage, you basically just want some other big rampers. You can try to go with Wolfsbane, however, it doesn't have the Ravonna synergy. It's not going to be the best replacement. If you're struggling on both of those, it may not be this deck may not be the best one for you. You can potentially try to go with some stuff like Black Panther, maybe a Nico to try to put some extra points on the board, or even just an Ironheart to spread your power out. But keep in mind, those points potentially are getting destroyed by a Misery, so I wouldn't put all your eggs into those baskets. Juggernaut's a great card. You should have it in your collection, Venom as well. Both Firehair and Phoenix Force, if you don't have either one of those two, I wouldn't say that. I don't think you could do this deck if you're missing one or both of those cards. I think Firehair and Phoenix Force are just essential in this list. And Misery is a really good card, but again, you could probably swap her out with a Carnage and or just a, what else was I saying? Like a Deathlock, potentially there. And then Elixir just does the same thing that you want that you would basically want to do with Phoenix Force, but you can aim it a little bit better. You can choose between all of those, which ones you would want to be replacing with, and choose your better situations, your worst situations, and make any suggestions or changes as you would from there. But those are my specific recommendations. If I didn't name another recommendation for the card, maybe there's something else in there that will work. I didn't think of it at the time. Nico, again, is probably going to be one of the other nicer cards, considering the fact that she can also additionally buff other cards, duplicate her own power, as well as potentially be a card to destroy other cards that you may like to be able to bring back with a Firehair, Phoenix Force, Elixir, any of that stuff. So lots of really interesting things here. This deck's a lot of fun, and I just enjoy playing a lot of on reveals. Appreciate y'all hanging out to the end. I've got some other fun decks hopefully coming up in the future here. And apologies on less videos this week. We didn't have 5 cards get released, and I may or may not have had my time distracted by a couple of roguelikes. Anyway, I'll see y'all soon in just a couple of days here, because we got a brand new card, Fallen One, potentially going to be one of the more busted cards in the game, coming out pretty soon. See y'all in a bit. Have a good one, and peace.